Hi, in this video, I will show you how to configure Kubernetes backup and also how to restore the same backup at AWS EKS cluster. Here, AWS EKS cluster is an example managed Kubernetes. Alright, so as you see in this picture, this is just a pictorial overview of my demo. I will just explain this overview here, and also after that, and I will show you complete hands-on experience, like how you can configure the backup, how you can configure the restore at AWS EKS cluster, not only on the single cluster, but we will see at the secondary cluster as well. All right, so first one, let me give you an overview here. This is my laptop. For example, let's consider this figure as my laptop. On this laptop, I have installed Velero software. So this Velero software gives me an client through which I can invoke the command so that I can configure the Velero parts on the AWS EKS cluster. With using the Velero parts only, I can do the backup, AWS EKS cluster backup and restore. Okay, and the flow is something like this. Okay, first of all, what we do is we from with using the Velero client from my laptop, what I do is I configure the Velero parts on AWS EKS cluster, where I will be targeting the backup storage place is my AWS S3 bucket. So here I have created one example AWS S3 bucket in my AWS account, which I will show you after this one. And also I have created two EKS cluster which I will be using for this demo purpose. One is using only primary cluster, another one is the secondary cluster. Okay, so these two has its own implication. I will show you the in the demo. Yeah, so here that becomes a first step. Okay, once the primary EKS cluster gets configured with the Velero pod, then that pod itself becomes a centralized application which will manage the backup and restore task at AWS EKS cluster. Yeah, so now what we do is as a first step, what we do is we invoke the Velero pod from this primary cluster or from this EKS cluster to initiate a backup. So when it initiates a backup, what does actually does is the application which we configure here on the AWS EKS cluster gets it will automatically create a backup of that application, and it will push that backup into this AWS S3 bucket. Okay, that is what this at step 2 happens. Again, for this demo purpose also, I will configure an example application, and we will also see how do we configure. Okay, how does the Velero pod which is present in this EKS cluster creates a backup and pushes that backup into the AWS S3 bucket. Okay, that's also we will see at a hands-on experience as well. Next, at the step 3, at step 3, we will also once the backup is done, what we do is forcibly we delete the application which we have installed on the AWS EKS cluster, and after that, on the same cluster, what we do is we perform a restore operation. That is a step 3. So again, we are leveraging the same Velero client only. So with using the Velero client, what we do is we restore the backup which has been stored just a while ago at step number 2. Yeah, and after that, that is this one step 1 2 3 are nothing but it is targeting only to the primary cluster. Okay, for example, if the cluster itself is gone, okay, you have the backup in the AWS S3 bucket. So in that case, step 4 and step 5 and becomes very handy. So in this case, to configure, in the sense, if you want to perform a restore in the secondary operation or in the secondary client, or if you want to perform the restore operation at AWS EKS cluster at this secondary location or nothing but secondary cluster. So in that case, there becomes a step 4 becomes a kind of a prerequisite. So what is that prerequisite is you need to configure Velero pod on the same EKS cluster, again targeting to the same S3 bucket. S3 bucket is nothing but the bucket where where your primary backup is getting stored. All right, and the secondary EKS cluster will take the advantage of that backup, and it will restore the application in the secondary region. That is what it is happening. So that is step number 4. All right, so once we configure this prerequisite, then becomes a step number 5. At step number 5, what we do is we again leverage the Velero clients pods capability, and we restore the same backup which is stored in the S3 bucket. So nothing but what we do is we Velero restores the backup. Okay, that is becomes a step 5th. Okay, so right now we have just looked at top level theoretical steps that we have just you know we explored. Okay, so these are the just a theoretical information that I provided you. Now let me take you to the at real time hands-on experience. Okay, so before I show you the commands and I execute it one after the other, let me show you the prerequisite. Okay, I will call it as these as a prerequisite. One, you need to have, okay, you need to have a S3 bucket created. So let me go to the this is my S3, this is my AWS account, and here this is I'm in the Amazon S3 UI, and in that one I have created a bucket called AWS EKS backup. All right, And here this bucket does not contains any objects, nothing, but this bucket does not has any backups as of now. Now again, to save the time of this demo, because eventually creating the EKS cluster in AWS eventually takes 15 minutes, and that's the reason what I did is I pre-created one EKS cluster in my primary region, which I consider as a North Virginia region. Okay, so North Virginia region is my primary region, and my EKS cluster there is up and running. Okay, I used EKCTL tool to create these EKS cluster, but yeah, you can use the same to provision the EKS cluster as well. All right. Next one, next one we go to the secondary region. The secondary region is, so this is again my same account. So in this one I'm in location Ohio. So in that one I created the secondary cluster name called EKS backup restore second. Okay, the name is secondary. Secondary is targeting for a secondary EKS cluster. Okay, so I use these two EKS cluster to show you the demo. All right, so if I go to the Amazon EKS cluster, so let me go to the Amazon EKS cluster. All right, so there is a bit network flick which you can ignore for now. What we do is we go to the demo actually now. Let's go to the demo. All right, so now it is coming up. All right, so that's just a refresh. Now let's go to the demo. Okay, so before I go to the demo, let me walk you through the command files. Okay, so in this command file, what I did is all the command lists that we need to perform this demo, I have documented in this commands.json file, and I will be sharing this JSON file in my AWS in my GitHub repo, and the GitHub repo link will be shared in this video's description. Please find this please find this file. From there you can utilize the same while if you want to try it at a hands-on experience. All right, so here okay, so let me go back again and see if the clusters are up and running fine. So here you go, right, cluster is up and running fine. Earlier it was just getting refreshed, that's the reason you were seeing some errors. All right, so now let's go back to the command file. So here what I did is to help you to get created with the AWS EKS cluster, I have documented certain commands. So this part will help you to get your EKS cluster up and running fine. Yeah, first one is one prerequisite. Since I'm using the EKCTL tool, you need to make sure that you have the EKCTL configured in your system. Then only you can utilize the EKCTL utility. All right, and after that your system should have the Chocolatey. This becomes a first primary. So let me take this bit above, and this, okay, so first you need to make your system installed with the Chocolatey if you are using the Windows, and then only you can install the EKCTL and the Velero software. Okay, that how to install the Velero software I will show you next one. Okay, so let's say that your system is installed with the EKCTL, then what you do is you use this command to create the primary EKS cluster and secondary EKS cluster. While you are creating the secondary EKS cluster, change the region. That's all right. And next one is next commands are just to create, delete the EKS cluster with using the EKCTL tool. And after that, I have documented 10 important steps. You see, create AWS EKS backup and restore. Okay, so these are the very 10 important steps that you need to follow one after the other. Okay, you need to follow sequentially to perform the to perform the AWS EKS backup and restore operations, which I'm going to show you right now. All right, so we are now I believe that I have set with you all the prerequisites. Now let's go to the AWS CLI and perform the next operations. So for that one, what I do is I use the PowerShell utility. I use this PowerShell tool to invoke the all my commandlets. But in your case, you can utilize the AWS and sorry, you can utilize the Windows CMD tool as well. Yeah, that is the command line tool as well. So here I'm just opening the Windows PowerShell. First of all, what we do is we perform the we set the Velero software, or we set the Velero pod on the primary EKS cluster, and we install a certain example application, and also we see the restore backup operation there, and later we will show you in the secondary locations. Okay, so first, to set to the primary location, what I need to do is I need to run the commands. Okay, first I need to set the my AWS context with using command called AWS configure. So what I'm doing is I'm setting the context in this in this Windows PowerShell. Okay, here is my access key ID, access key. All right, and then region, this is my primary region. US East 1 is my primary region, but when I'm working with the secondary region, that is Ohio region, I will change the region. Yeah, and that's all now. So if you want to confirm that if you are set the context, then you can run this command, that is AWS STS get caller identity. If this command is returning something, in the sense, that means that you have set the context. All right, now you are good. Now we go to the next one. Since the EKS clusters are already created, we need to update the kube config file. Then only we can run the kubectl utility. All right. So here you see, I'm just setting the, I'm just updating the kube config targeting to this, this primary EKS cluster. So this is my, let me take you to here. This is my, AWS account, and this is my primary, EKS cluster. All right. So we also updated the, kube config. So let me run the kubectl. So kubectl get nodes. I have on a single cluster, single node cluster. So I will just show you that it got updated. This kube config got updated, and it is kubectl is now working. Fine, we are done with it. Okay. Now we go to the commands. So first command is to create the AWS S3 bucket, which is already created. So that's the reason I skip this. And the next one is you making your client installed with the Velero software. Okay. I have already ran this one since with using the Choco utility. So I will just show you the Velero is present in my system. Anyways, if you want to install in your Windows system, use this Choco utility to install the Velero software. So I will just show you the if the Velero is working fine or not. So I will just use Velero version. Velero hyphen version. Let's see if it responds. So Velero is again a kind of utility, command line utility that you can leverage, to perform this backup and restore at AWS EKS cluster. All right. So it's throwing the error. So it's just I just need to check. Okay. So uh, uh, Velero version. Okay. So if you just need to run Velero version. Okay. So Velero versions, the spelling is wrong. So let me just check it again. Velero version. All right, so it's not identifying the Velero version. So let me recheck it again. Velero hyphen Velero version. Okay, so let me check. Just type Velero version. Okay, so if I check the Velero version. All right. Anyways, the Velero software is already installed. So if I type Velero, it will tell me like what is the command that you want to check. Okay, so in the sense it's already installed. Okay, so if I go to the Velero version. Okay, so if I take Velero version, it should work. Yeah. All right, so it is, so if your system is installed with the Velero, you should see output something like this. Okay, that is what I mean. Till now we did some exercise, right? We checked with the Velero hyphen version. Eventually that was wrong syntax, and that was throwing the error. But right syntax is Velero version, and eventually it is reporting something. In the sense the client is working in the system. Now we go to the next command. Okay, so till now we are setting the environment. Now it is term. Okay, so now it is term to here. So let me go back to the our code. Now we are in the step one. In step one, what we do, we configure now a Velero pod on the AWS EKS cluster targeting to the this S3 bucket, and that can be done with using the Velero client. I will just show you. What I do is I will run this command, and I will explain this command what does. It contains some parameters. All right, I didn't copy it properly. Let me copy it. All right, so here we are using the Velero install. Okay, we are using the Velero install API to configure the Velero pod on our EKS cluster. What is the implication of Velero pod? So Velero pod is the something like a service which will be running on AWS EKS cluster. It performs the backup and restore operation at AWS EKS cluster. Now we are running the command Velero install provider is AWS. Okay, and the plugin is something like this. I'm using this plugin. All right, you need to follow the same syntax. And here is the you need to note this point. Okay, so here I'm targeting to the AWS S3 bucket which I created for this purpose only. So if I go here, so this is my bucket name, right? And that is what I'm doing here. Yeah. And backup location config. So this is my region. So you need to provide the reason. All right, the reason is something like this. Yeah. And after that, snapshot. You see that snapshot. Yeah. The snapshot location, the snapshot location configure is the reason again, US East 1. Then this is a very important thing that you need to know. The secret file. The secret file is nothing but it will take the secret which are being used by the AWS credentials, and that's the reason the secret file of my local laptop, right? That is local user, and then you go to the something like this. If I go to the if I go to the C, and if I go to the user, right, you go to the the user. Currently Lenovo is my user. So if you go to the AWS, so this is where this is the path you need to provide. Nothing but you need to provide the complete path till including credentials, and that is what I have provided here. Yeah, and with when I run this command, it will eventually configure the Velero pod on the AWS EKS cluster. Yeah, let's run this. So it's now running. Let's see. Okay, here you go. Right, it has started to install something on our AWS EKS cluster. Eventually it is configuring, all the required prerequisites, that are should be there on the AWS EKS cluster. All right, if you see the last command, right, velero installed, right, then fantastic, that means that you have successfully installed the velero on your system, on your EKS cluster. Now we can check, okay, we can check if the velero is installed successfully or not. How do we do it? We can check with using the kubectl commandlet now. So let me just scroll it up. All right, so here let me run that command, that is kubectl get all and velero. Here we should see everything should be as expected, right? What we are doing is we are getting all configurations present under namespace velero. So when we install, when we install the velero pod on the AWS EKS cluster, it will create a dedicated namespace, and we are getting everything which are present under that namespace. You see, right? It contains a service, it contains a pod, it contains a deployment, and it contains an app as well. And everything looks fantastic. Okay, everything looks working. All right, next we go to the next one. Okay, next command is, see, you can do vice versa. You either you install your application first, or you either later you install the Velero. Both is fine. And here for this demo, I'm just creating the I'm just now deploying the application. Okay, the application which we need to backup and restore. So here what I'm doing is, for that one I'm just creating a dedicated namespace for that. And then after that, I'm just installing a dummy example application on my EKS cluster. All right, with using the some sample hello app. Yeah, and that has been created. Next we are deploying the nginx as well. Yeah, so let me do this, and now we can see if our application is running or not. How do we check it? We check it using the kubectl get deployments. So let's do that. And here you go, both the parts are now running. Yeah. All right, so what we did is we are now ready with the velero. We are ready with the we are also ready with the our example application as well. So let me, but before that, let me run the command called kubectl get ns. Let's see, okay, how many namespaces are there. So I think I typed the command at kubectl wrong, so let me type it again. Kubectl get namespace. All right, so kubectl get namespace, you see right now I have velero, and also I have EKS demo namespace. EKS demo namespace is containing my application. Velero is containing a application or pod which is responsible for doing the backup and restore. Okay, all right, we are set. Now we go to the next step. The next step is to backup. Okay, now we are on the right track. What we have to do is we have to run the command called velero backup create, targeting to giving a backup name, and also targeting to a particular namespace, because velero can backup a particular dedicated namespace itself. Yeah, and this is the syntax that you need to follow. But the in real time, for my case, I just run this command, which will eventually do the backup. So let's do that. So let me copy this correctly. It's not getting copied. Okay, so let me run this command. Okay, now what we are doing is, now actually it does the it does it will actually create a backup of this and pushes into the our AWS S3 bucket. You see, it says that backup test one submitted, backup request test one is successfully submitted. Now if you want to see the logs, okay, how do you can, so you can see the log something running by run the command by doing the describe, and we should see the a log something like successfully created, something like that. We should see that message, then only it will indicate that you see here phase it is completed, and you see total item backed equal to 22 or 22. Now let's go to the S3 bucket and see if the objects have been created. If I refresh, we should see some objects. Here you go, backup is created. All right, and that's good. Now this is nothing but our backup from the our primary EKS cluster, right? So this EKS cluster, now if I go here, it has certain workloads. Eventually it is not been shown here, but something is configured in this EKS cluster, and that is being backed up here in the AWS AWS S3 bucket. You see, right, this backup folder is automatically created, and under that one all the backup files are being created. So let me show you if you are very interested here. So if you go here and you see, right, all the dot g g dot gz gz .gz files are being created, JSON files are being created. All right, all the backup related files are being created now automatically by the Velero software from the primary EKS cluster. All right, so this is a normal procedure. Okay, no backup happened. Now let's say that for example, your application got crashed in the in the primary EKS cluster, and it's not working. Your pod is not at all working. Something happened bad and it's not at all working. So in that case, now the term is to you can restore this. You can restore your application by using this backup. Okay, for that one, what we do is, to show you what I do is I delete the complete namespace, my application namespace. All right, so we did that describe. Now what I do is forcibly I delete my application, which is nothing but a disaster. Yeah, so when there is a disaster, then only we restore it, right? So what I'm doing is I'm doing a forcible disaster now. And that is when there is a disaster, or when there is some issue happened, then only we need a backup, right? So that's the reason I'm doing manual disaster. Yeah, deleting is nothing but a manual disaster, you can call it. All right, so now we are yes, we are deleting the namespace. Let me see, let me wait for it complete. All right, now it is taking some time. Eventually it gets succeeded. Once this is succeeded, what we do is we restore it from the backup. Yeah, so that is the next step. And so this is what, so again, to reiterate, we are doing this on the local and the primary EKS cluster. I will also show you how to do it at secondary EKS cluster as well. So right now it got deleted successfully. Let me check the namespaces now. We should not see EKS backup demo namespace. Here you go, right? There is there is no EKS backup demo. And this is the namespace. It should be there, okay, if you want to perform a restore. All right, so we are also deleted our application. Nothing but our application went down now. Now it is time to restore from the backup. So how to do that? So to do that, it is a simple one command. Can you imagine? One command can restore your application. So that is how cool AWS EKS cluster is. Yeah, that is how cool it is. Kubernetes. All right, so let me do a restore with using this command. All right, so let me run this command. So what we are doing is I'm using the Velero software again, Velero client again, and invoking the restore. Create a restore from the backup which is there in the test one. All right, so let me do the test one restore. Test one is nothing but this EKS demo application restore only. All right, so here is very quick, right? It says that it has successfully done its job. So let's describe that and see if the restore is successful. What does the log says? Okay, I'm checking the logs. Okay, again. So here you go, right? It has items restored. You see, right? It's the status is completed and the 9 items are restored. All right, now let me rerun the command ns get namespaces. Now we should see that our namespace being recreated again. Now if I run kubectl get namespace, here you go, right? All right, so that is how this is how if your application got crashed or got disaster, or you are done with some disaster, then in that case local backup restore, in the sense you are restoring from within a same EKS cluster. On a primary EKS cluster, you are doing the backup restore. Okay, this is how we do it. Now there is a one more case, okay, when there is a complete reason in the AWS EKS cluster, or AWS is completely gone, for example, which has happened just now, just few days back, right? If you remember, where North Virginia region was completely down and some services were not able to accessible. So in such cases, let's say you for for as a secondary cluster, let's say you have created a secondary cluster in the secondary region. Here in my case I have chosen Ohio, but you can choose any other reasons which is acceptable from the AWS. Now in such cases, that is the second operation comes in picture. The second operation is how to restore at the secondary level, right? How to restore at the secondary EKS cluster. That is what I will show you now. So for that one, I have to open the another, I have to open the another PowerShell window, because I cannot log in into the same window. I will use the another PowerShell session. All right, so let me open the another PowerShell session, and here I need to switch the region. Yeah, that's the reason I will open the another session. Yeah, AWS configure, and here I will change the region. If you see, I will just tell US East 2. All right, and now let's run see AWS STS get caller identity, and let's see if I set the context. Here you go. I have set the context. Now I am in US East region, East 2 region. Nothing but I'm where? I am here. I'm here now. All right. I'm in the Ohio, which is US East 2. Now I need to access that EKS cluster to do the restore, to do the restore operation in the secondary region. How do I do it? I have to first set the kube config context. How do I do it? I have to you run the command called EKS update kube config targeting to that EKS cluster. Then only it become, then only the kube config update gets updated, and then only I can communicate with the secondary EKS cluster. And that is the this is becomes a prerequisite, okay, for your information. All right, now we are in the secondary EKS cluster. So let me check if we are in the secondary EKS cluster. kubectl get nodes. So as to make you know away from the confusion, so this is my primary region, Windows PowerShell shell, where I did my PowerShell, the all the tasks related to AWS EKS cluster, which is sitting in a primary region, which is US East 1. So this is my secondary region. Yeah. And here we are doing only restore. Okay, we are not doing any backup because we are assuming that US East region is completely down. We want to restore our application in US East 2. So this is how we do it. All right. So now what is the prerequisite here? Here it becomes, as I explained here, as I shown here, here we need to perform the step 4. What is the step 4? We need to configure the Velero pod on the EKS cluster and targeting to the same bucket. All right, so let me do that. How do I do it? I need to use the same command again. So if I go down, I have already documented the same command. So here I will run this command. Yeah. And that too here in the secondary pane. Okay, so let me copy it again properly. I think it didn't copy. So let me copy properly. Commands are very high, right? Very big. So if we miss something, it will not run properly. Here you go. What I'm doing is I am configuring the Velero software. Okay, so before I do the configuration, let me show you that there are no Velero namespace in this EKS cluster. So let me do kubectl get nodes, get ns. All right, you see there is no demo pod, there is no demo pod, and there is no Velero pod. Velero namespace, sorry, there is no demo, there is no EKS demo namespace, there is no Velero demo namespace. Now we do that. Okay, we are configuring the Velero namespace by invoking the Velero install command. And here I'm using the same command, but you see this is very important. We should targeting it to the same bucket, and it should targeting to the the kube config backup should be configured in this region, and snapshot also needs to be configured in the same region, because this is how we just need to leverage this one. Okay, see, backup location configuration, in the sense here we are doing just a restore. This configuration does not matters. Yeah, it matters. If it matters, then we need to change it. Okay, so let me change it to US East 2, because in secondary, so if you didn't change this in secondary region, it will not do the backup. Yeah, that is the important thing. All right, so now what we do is we configure the region to US East 1, so that secondary location EKS cluster can also do a backup, not only restore. All right, that's the reason I changed it. And here very important part is you need to target to the same bucket, and don't forget this secret file. Okay, nothing but your AWS CLI secrets, which will be stored in this credential file. All right, now let me run this again. What it eventually does is it will configure the Velero pod on the AWS EKS cluster, which is in the secondary region. All right, so now it is started to create. Here you go. Right, it has successfully configured the Velero software on the secondary region. So let's check. Okay, now you see Velero is been configured now. Now all good. We are set now. We can do a restore, right? So how quick it is, right? Restoring in the secondary region is very, it's like a one run command. Okay, you just run one command, then your application is up and running fine in the secondary region. That is so quick, right? And that is what advantage of using the Kubernetes applications. All right. So now let me run this command, and we are done with the our testings. What I'm doing is Velero restore create. What does this does? This will restore the, it will restore. Okay, so for this one, it will, what is I'm telling is Velero restore create backup test one. So here, again, so here Velero restore create from the backup from the test one. Okay. So backup Velero test.i1 is not found. Why it is saying is, as when I run this command, let me go back to this one. So when I run this one, if I'm using the, US East one, okay, it is saying that, it's not able to find that. Why? Because, it will try to look the, it will try to look the backup in the US East one, which is eventually wrong. Okay, in this case, we what we have to do is we have to target it to only the US East one, and that was the main reason that, I was telling earlier. What I do is I will, I need to recreate the pod again, so that, I have to again clean up this part from the secondary region. All right, so anyways, if the configuration was everything fine, it would have, backed up at this stage only. Now we have to step back again and we have to clean up this. Okay, so let me clean up the Velero again and reconfigure it. So how do I do it? I have to clean up, I have to clean up the namespace again. I go back and I clean up the Velero again. This is just, it will help you to, understand the, the bug that you can, or the, the problem that you can encounter. All right, so this is like a live troubleshooting, I can say. Now let me go back to the Velero and clean up the Velero. All right, so here what we have to do is, we have successfully deleted it. Okay, when it is successfully gets deleted, it will come out of the, this statement. So that's what I'm waiting for. And probably, there is a one more reason it will not, probably not restore it. Why? Because here if I go back, right, if I will go back to this backup file, and you see it has already created, earlier there was only one folder when we did a backup, but here you see there's a restore folder as well. So that restore folder has to be cleaned up, or else, it will tell that, somebody is, it will always complain about that one. Let's check. Okay, that was my, that was my thing to, to be noted. But let's see. Okay, how does it behave? Eventually, I'm showing you a live demo, completely live. Okay, yeah, all right. So let me run this again. So I'm waiting for this, this Velero namespace to get clear. All right, so let's wait for this one to get complete. And then what I do is I will run this command again. Yeah, so for this one, where is the, the final command? So I have to copy this and run it again. Yeah, so here I just do here and I come here. So let's see. Okay, if it deleted. Okay, so it has successfully deleted. Now, what I do is I will reconfigure the Velero backup again. Yeah, so let me copy this Velero backup, Velero configuration again. So let me do it quickly. So here what we are doing is we are targeting to the region US East one. Now we are, actually what we are doing is we are checking whether, whether it allows us to take the backup, whether it is allow us to take the restore operation. Okay, earlier we encountered this error. Yeah, and let's see. Okay, this time what does actually this time it does. All right, I believe that, we have to delete this. Okay, that is what I'm believing it. Let's see. But in such cases, so we'll see this. Let's see if it is getting finished up. So once this cluster is up and, once this pod is up and running fine, now I need to run the, run the restore operation now. Okay, so if I can, before that I need to show you the namespace, possible namespaces. Okay, here you go. Velero is again up and fine. Okay, it's ran in a just an 11-second back. So let me do a restore now. So let's go to the restore and check restore. Okay, I believe that it will throw the error, but let's see. Okay, if this box now, and bingo, here you go. Right, it has successfully restored the application in the secondary region. The problem which we encounter is, region. So here you have to target the region. You have to tell the region correctly, or else it will throw the error. Okay, that was a live show here. All right, and we have successfully, successfully created the restore in the secondary EKS cluster. All right, so let's check the namespaces now, and we should see, demo, EKS backup demo. Here you go. Right, it is being, it has been run. And let's check the if our our parts are running in the, in that particular namespace. So how do I do it? I have to use the kubectl, and that would be the final, check. Okay, so kubectl get pod, get pods, then minus n, then we check the EKS backup demo, and that's all. So let's see if our parts are up and running there. Here you go, right? Our parts are up and running fine. All right, I have successfully shown you the end-to-end step that I need to show at Kubernetes backup and restore, not only on the primary cluster but also on the secondary cluster. At secondary cluster we also encounter certain errors, but eventually we fixed it, and also we came to know that it has to be configured in a such a way that in a such a way only. All right, so with that note, thank you. Finally, thank you very much for watching my videos. Kind request, please do subscribe my channel, that would really encourage me a lot. So with that note, thank you, thanks a lot.